I'm gonna do like a little update for you guys on the binary bot. As you guys know, I did a couple of videos about binary bot already, and oh yeah, apologize for the sound. I forgot the microphone. Um, so I did a couple of videos on binary bot, and you guys must be wanting to know like how that's going. And basically, the reason why I haven't put up any like join here or whatever instructions is because it's still under testing. And as you guys know, the way that I test is I do a lot of endurance tests. Um, like I do multivariate just to shortlist what works, and then I go down to B testing. So just want to update you guys like how it's working. And well, I must tell you that I had a very frustrating because today, over the past 2 days, like for instance, I actually changed settings and I found some stuff that was like really what do you call that? Very encouraging. I would not say encouraging, but actually astounding. Astounding is the word because I even found a way of doing it. Oh, by the way, inline skating, just to allow some steam and get out of the house. So I kind of like found some really good settings that could do like 300 per hour. That's insane, right? Um, but the thing is that it and based on simulation, by the way. So within a day, simulation made like 2K, right? And then the next day it lost. No, it made over 2K in a day, despite like two or three stop loss. But the next day it was like stop loss after stop loss after stop loss, frustrating. And then what I then found out is that when I went back to the previous what I originally did last week, which made like 50 to 80 per hour. That one worked again. So that one I actually abandoned it in favor for this other system that I found I could do like 300 per hour, but because I felt like the risk reward was better. So strangely enough, uh, no matter what I tried, I just couldn't get it to work consistently today and yesterday. So it was really frustrating. Um, that's why I haven't put any information out. But I think I know that the odds of success here are definitely higher. So what I'm really focusing on doing right now is I'm focusing on all the higher payout assets and indices and the kind of like options that can be taken that higher payouts, because it's only with the way they're doing it is very random in nature, because the main thing I'm even doing all this bot developments because I kind of like realize that ultimately, like not many people have a lot of time. Not many people have a lot of time to concentrate, or rather, maybe like work alone is tiring enough, and just the last thing you want to do is to have to like rack your brains and do a bunch of trades. So um, it's basically trying to solve a problem that suits my lifestyle. I mean, I used to spend a lot of time trading when I was a couple of years ago, but now as the kids are growing and it demands a lot of energy, so therefore I try to make up for it with all these bot solutions, right? So I feel that if we're doing it totally on a random basis, like on a random coin toss, and I'm trying many different algorithms of randomizing it, um, but the chance of success theoretically will be much higher if the payout is high. So what I've done today is that I'm kind of like combining two different approaches. Um, like we have uh, the random like up and down approach of that was successful last week, um, but ultimately that didn't work out too well after about 4 days of tests uh, because like it was hitting higher levels for whatever reason. The risk reward wasn't so good. So now I've changed it to something with a higher risk reward, and I'm combining two ideas. As as we are speaking, like it's currently running. I hope to update you with some good news on that, and I hope it turns out okay. Um, but so far, based on yield, the yield figures are very exciting. This is the first time that the turnover divided by profit is 2 to 1 so far in the last 2 hours of test. So like today I had a really tough day, like I mentioned, but I think that's making me a little bit happy right now because I think I may have something working. But I mean, it's still too early to say. I need to give it a couple of days of test. So anyway, just stay tuned to my updates and wait, stay tuned to my updates. In the meantime, like lockdown life is kind of getting a little bit boring for me. Um, very limited things to do. Again, it's getting a bit monotonous. So once this kind of goes off, I would love to be able to go on a road trip. Not sure about you, um, but stay tuned to updates because my my goal is to create like some passive income solutions for busy people because not many people have a lot of time to make money. I mean, you guys know that this is profitable, but you don't have the time. And at this present very moment, actually my forex PAMs are making more money than my binary, which is ironic. Which is also why I'm kind of frustrated because, like, theoretically, binary should give people the ability to make big money with a small deposit. So, therefore, I am just putting in a lot of time and effort into this, and I really hope that it will be fruitful. I mean, in theory, it should. Okay, but you know what? Yeah, I forgot to share this earlier. Okay, I having this little bit of a conspiracy theory. Okay, so binary.com apparently, right, they claim that their indices are totally synthetic and they are under oath with the FSA of the UK, which is the regulatory authority of all these financial products. So basically, they claim that they're not gaming the system. And however, I have this alternate conspiracy theory that although they may not, okay, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that what they're saying is true, okay, but I believe they may also have worked out some kind of a price generation algorithm that is able to make certain types of bots work and not work on certain days of the week. Because this is the only reason why I can explain why is it that when I was running all these endurance tests, I could get like 4 days of wins with relatively little stop loss that didn't really amount to much. And suddenly after 4 days, it's just running into stop loss back to back. So, that's the only reason I can come up with to explain why that even happens. Is because they may have some kind of algorithm, which is like basically, it's kind of like being able to artificially create like non-farm payroll and Brexit conditions within a week on a weekly basis. This is my conspiracy theory. So that is also the reason why in my most recent test I am doing kind of like going back to the most basic coin toss approach, playing with risk reward using coin toss and based on probability should get a result. So after all kinds of complicated ideas, I even did ideas where I converted my Martingale mastered idea to a strategy, which by the way can be used, but must be like manually applied because you need to be able to observe whether there's a trend or not a trend. Okay, so which kind of sucks. So it's not like a set and forget system. So I'm still trying to create that perfect set and forget system. A couple of times this week and last week I thought I hit the holy grail, but I didn't. But I still need to fix quite a bit of stuff. So right, Homemaker, if you want to join, I have various communities for like copy trading and Martingale mastered and spam clicking. So I haven't put any links in the video description yet. Just go to my Facebook page and you'll be able to ask my admin about my programs, and you can also check out my recent YouTube videos to find out what are my programs to join. So once again, I know for those of you, there are many of you who are very interested. In fact, many of you have already like registered and verified accounts to binary.com. But until I finalize all these settings, I think I'll just have to put that on hold for now. I cannot like. I mean, the idea was that I will. The idea is that I will actually set up a time with you on a one-to-one Zoom meeting where I will set it up, set the board up for you and configure it on your computer. However, um, like that is still the plan, but I need to make sure that we have a perfectly safe bot that will not kind of like mess around and basically be able to work most times, most days. Of course, like once in a while, stop losses in order, but obviously we should not be getting back-to-back stop loss. So I'm just trying out a new idea uh, with the most basic concept. Like many of you may have come across article by Forbes a couple of years ago when the writer, he was writing like really garbage about binary option. But I'm gonna use those concepts in that article and hopefully make it work, because he's talking about coin toss. He's talking about based on coin toss you can never win based on the payout. But what if we use the coin toss and we use and what if we use like the payout against it? So I mean, this is in theory that would be a very workable approach. I am testing right now. So just came out to inline skate in the evening. I make it a point at 6 p.m. every day. I'll just get out of the house and put on either my workout shoes or my inline skates or cycle or run or whatever. And I hope that when I go home I can see some initial results. But every time I do a test, I always want to run it for a week at least. So far, unfortunately, none of the tests have made it past 4 days. So I will update you if I will do that finally this time. Bye for now.